This old man is God. He told the servant to spray the water bottle. The human world went up in a thunderstorm. After that, there was heavy rain. People cheered happily. But the servant sprayed another bottle. The epidemic immediately came. Lots of people died. In the eyes of God, the world is just a sand table. The day, people are gathered in a circle. They put a stick in the middle, then spun a few times. This action makes God happy. He asked the servant to come see. But before the servant watched it, the stick in the middle was already on fire. People happily raised their hands and bowed. But God doesn't like this, because only He is allowed to give man fire. He couldn't let humans create fire so easily. God immediately told the servant to put out their fire. The servant only needs to blow one. A great wind immediately extinguished the fire of people. They kneel in disappointment on the ground. But God doesn't care. He ordered the servant to chase the humans into the cave. The servant pointed a few times, the herbivorous elephants angrily chasing the humans. Humans were immediately dragged into the cave. God even told the servant that man should not be too intelligent. After saying that, he continued to read comic book. But not long after, the human groped out of the cave. They gathered in a circle and then danced something. God asks what they are doing. It turns out that God forgot to tell the servant to spray the water bottle, so people were praying for the rain. God decided to give man the rain. If He did not let rain, then man would have died out. The servant immediately sprayed the watering can. It was pouring heavy rain. Happy people dancing. See, small people like ants. They were blessed with a little bit of grace for dancing happily. God, who feels that people are having so much fun, says, give them more. The servant immediately sprayed some more water. All the trees are green and lush. God laughs non-stop. Give them more. Fortunately, the servants didn't spray too much, so they didn't get flooded. Now God has been joking freely. He kept his feet up and continued reading comic book. But this erratic old man began to order the servant to spray the plague. After listening, the servant was dumbfounded. Very quickly passed several thousand years. Humans have built a lot of tall buildings. Right now God is sitting in a chair looking at the tall building. He is thinking about how to play. At this point the servant brought a bottle of wine. This is a bottle of wine given by the god of death. The god of death also appoints God to play golf on weekends. But God is old, so he is no longer interested in movement. He is thinking how to play with humans. Now God pointed to a tall building and said, "That house is too tall, blocking my view. You burn it, see what the people can do." The servants also find God too wicked. But thinking so, he also took out a match and burned it. The explosions and laughter of God mingle. The building quickly caught fire, and the god approached and blew a few blows. Do you think he's putting out the fire? No, he was just blowing the fire bigger. Then he even held out his hands and turned his head to say to the servant, "Warm. Okay, you are God, you can like it." Now the firefighters had arrived. The people in the building are trapped on the terrace. God asks the servant what man is doing. The quick-witted servant said they were begging to God. God seems hard of hearing, so he cannot hear. He even asked the servant to add something more powerful, the kind that the roundabout turns around. The servant asked if it was a tornado. Yes, it is. That thing is quite fun to play. Isn't putting a tornado into the city a bit too much? This world is all I created. Humanity was created to entertain me. They should feel honored. Let the wind rise. The servant had no choice but to wave his hand. On the roof of the building appeared a large tornado. Black smoke was all sucked into the air. Suddenly God told the servant to extinguish the tornado. Do people think he's compassionate? No, it's just black smoke that stung his eyes, so he told the servant to extinguish it. The movie here is the end. Do not know whether this old man is a god or a god of death. If you are a god, what will you do with the sand table? Leave your comments below. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.